I'm Mega Mike the Movie Man, and today I got a mega movie plan. Today I'm back with another mega video for you all. Today I'm going to be reviewing Sonic 2. Yes, I'm going to be going over my general thoughts of the movie, so this is going to be spoiler free, so no spoilers here. This video is safe for everyone. I'm going to give you all the good, the bad, and my recommendation on whether you should run out to see this movie or not. So stick around throughout the entire video for that recommendation. But without further ado, let's get started. Now to get into the good of the movie. So we first have to talk about the awesome cast and characters for this movie, especially we get some new ones here that do a phenomenal job. Tails is fantastic, and you really do get to see the friendship between Tails and Sonic really grows organically in this movie. They have some good bonding moments and some really fun moments together. Also, you got Knuckles introduced here, that's played by Idris Elba, and to me, Knuckles was like the best character of this movie. Just how he moved, how he fought, just how he talked, and he had some really funny moments too. And so to me, all these characters just work really well in the movie. It's just a great trio of characters here. You got Knuckles, who is the strength, you got Sonic, who is the speed, and then you got Tails, that's like technical support, and they're just a fun time in this movie. And I really like the rivalry between Knuckles and Sonic. I think that's a good story dynamic to build off there, so I think that was really well executed in the movie. And then we got to talk about Dr. Robotnik, played by Jim Carrey again. Now, Jim Carrey does another solid performance here. He also has some funny moments in this movie. And then overall, just the locations this movie goes to, I think is really well done. I think there's some fun environments here. And to me, it really does feel like an action adventure story. And it gets to an epic scale, especially in the third act. To me, it is just completely bonkers, action-packed, really well done third act, and there are some wow moments there. And if you're a fan of the video games, you're really gonna like this movie because there's so many Easter eggs and video game references in here, but they're done very subtly. So if you know the games, you're gonna be able to pick up on it and you're gonna be like, oh, that's awesome. I'm glad how they included that in there, but it doesn't beat you over the head with it. So it's a nice touch how they actually go ahead and insert all those references into the movie. So overall, to me, this movie has a lot of fun to it, and to me, the characters are really the standout here.
Face it, you're never going to get my power.
Do I look like I need your power?
Where are my manners? Sonic, meet Knuckles.
Now to get into the bad of the movie. So even though Sonic 2 does have a lot of fun to it, there are some major flaws I did want to point out here. This movie does get way too long and overstuffed with unnecessary scenes. For example, the Hawaii wedding sequence is so unnecessary in this movie. You can tell they really only have that here to really show off some of the human characters. And to me, you just did not need those characters for this movie. Even though they're great actors, it's nice to see them again. I think it should have just been a setup in the beginning. Hey, we're on vacation, so you kids have fun out there. And then we don't see them maybe till the end of the movie. But having that second act portion with that random Hawaii wedding scene, to me, just is unnecessary. So you could definitely cut that scene out of the movie. And then also, there's just some cringy moments in here. And I feel like this movie does get more childish. Now, I know, of course, it's a family movie, but I think this movie does get a little bit more focused towards trying to appeal more towards the children, whereas the first movie I felt was more kind of for everyone. I felt more on this one that there are some moments as an adult you're just gonna be like, not really digging this at the moment. And don't get me wrong, there are some funny moments in there for adults, but just not enough. And to me, not every joke lands in this movie as much as I think the writers were hoping they were going to land. And so, yeah, just some unnecessary overstuffing in this movie. So there are some really weak points in this movie that do kind of bring down the movie a little bit, even though there's a lot of high highs in the movie that do kind of help save it, especially that third act. Once it does pick up the speed, it gets going, and that's like the best part, as I mentioned. But the first two acts, especially that second act, to me it does get a little shaky and loses its focus on what the core story is. So that is the negative to the movie to me.
Papa's got a brand new stash.
Now to get into my recommendation, should you be running out to the movie at Sonic speed to go see this one this weekend? You know what? I think this is a very safe movie to see for families out there. I think most people are at least going to think it's pretty average to at least pretty enjoyable, especially for some of those big wow shocking moments. I think mostly everybody in the family can have a decent enough time, whereas the kids especially will have a great time with this movie. So I think it is a good film overall. To me, is it as great as the first Sonic? I think the first Sonic did have a tighter script, and so the story flowed a lot better with the first movie. But I will have to say, there are some amazing moments in the second movie, to me, where I maybe would choose to watch the second movie more often than the first movie, because some of those big moments are just awesome, especially if you're a big fan of the video games and you just remember playing those games. You're going to have those moments where you're like, wow, they just did that and I'm having a blast right now. So to me, definitely by the end, it definitely runs across the finish line very strong, and so it ends really well. And there's some good messages in the movie, a lot of heart to the story, a lot of good friendship and family moments. So to me, I think it is a solid, fun movie overall. I would say, yeah, definitely most people could go see this movie and have a good time if you're okay with the family genre of movies, and especially if you're a Sonic fan. Yes, go see this one today, absolutely.
That moment chooses you.
I just got goosebumps. Wait a second, did you steal that from Oprah?
Also, before I forget, make sure you stay for that post-credit scene. It is amazing. One of my favorite parts of the movie, and one of the best post-credit scenes we have seen in quite some time, if you're a fan of the Sonic video game franchise. Also, make sure you leave in the comments below if you've already seen this movie and what were your thoughts on it. If you haven't seen it and you're planning to see it, what gets you most excited about this movie? And what do you think of that first Sonic movie as well? Also, if you're just discovering me for the first time, make sure you subscribe right now. I'm going to get you tons of movie reviews, rankings, movie news, movie hauls, unboxings, you name it. We'll talk all things movies on this channel. I don't want you to miss any of that entertainment value, so make sure you turn on that notification bell so you don't miss when I post a video.
That sounds big. It's been on my vision board for years.
Also, like the video, and this is Mega Mike the Movie Man reminding you to make every day a movie day.